Hello, my beautiful listeners. This is me, Johanna, from Mindful Counseling. And I am here today, May 1st. Happy May to all of you. We can choose to be happy, right? Yet it's another month of isolation. Maybe with some openings in certain areas, but still this form of a norm, right, that we currently have. So I figured I would take this time to talk about habits, and maybe we are 6, 7, 8 weeks into it, but I figured it would be good to talk to you about habits and forming a new habit, because I think this is also the time to really do it. A lot of times when pre-COVID, everything sometimes when I say it's pre-COVID because it was a different norm than the current one, is we don't have time, or we always find an excuse not to do, or we always say we have to or we will, but those really never happen. So in order to form a new habit, we have to find a different mindset. And the mindset being that we have to say, I am, or actually, no, I was going to say I will, but it's really I am, meaning I am doing it right now. Because, any other ways of saying it, I have to, I should, I will, does not necessarily put you in the present moment. So you really have to form the habit and a mindset of doing something now. To form a new healthy habit means to do it now. And we might say we can't do, or things are preventing us, or like I said, we can find any excuse possible to not do something. But when it comes to forming a new habit, it doesn't take a long time to form a new one. It's the commitment that counts. And to form a new habit, normally we say it takes 21 days. However, I don't really like the 21 days. I prefer the 28, if not a little bit more, because I feel like each time after the 21st day, I can just tell myself, okay, great, I did it. And now what? I could simply stop. So I always like to say 21 days plus 7 or 14 more. Now, in order to form a habit, whatever that is, and I like to use an example of going to the gym. Some of us, pre-COVID, always said we're going to go to the gym, but we never do. So we then find ways to find exercise at home, which then never happens again. Or we do 1 or 2 days and we call it the day because, I don't know, our legs hurt or we're tired, or the excuse of I don't have time. So to form a habit, so I use the exercise as an example. And let's say I choose to go to the gym, maybe not so necessarily today, unless I have one in my house. And I want to commit towards 3, I'm generous. I would like to say 5, but let's say 3 days a week. So 3 days a week, let's say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And let's say I do it. Let's say I do the first week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I stick to the same time. That's the trick, I think, towards forming a new habit as well, is sticking to your Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and picking a time that you know will work for you. Don't give yourself any excuses. You do it, whether it's at 5, 7 in the morning, or 10 o'clock at night. You need to commit towards this habit. So let's say you do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you do it the following Monday, but you say to yourself that Wednesday, you're too tired, or you're too much in pain, or you don't feel well. Great, that can be a great excuse, but still, you just failed your habit or your new goal of learning a new habit. So what that means that you now have to restart. It's not to finish it off, but to restart the habit, which means starting off again on Monday, continue Wednesday, continue Friday, and then again into Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So that way you can continue on doing it. Now, I know I said 3 times a week. And before that, I said how important it is to at least do it for 21 days. Obviously, maybe some of us are not necessarily, I know I'm not into gym every single day. I think I would be in extreme pain, and I don't necessarily think it's that healthy for us. Unless maybe it's different forms of exercise or physical health. So forming a habit means doing something consistent, doing something for those 21 plus days, and allowing yourself to do it at the same time. Whether it is eating new food or let's say minimizing sugar. That's a good one. Let's say you want to stop eating sugar for whatever reason because it is healthy. That means you cannot have any form of sugar for 21 days. Mindful, make sure you check in with your doctors because a lot of times there's another side to it. So you have to be mindful not to drop your sugar too low. But once again, this goes back into the form of forming a habit. Habit that you want to learn, habit that you believe is good for you, even a habit that you want to change. That's another one. If you ever want to change a habit, a bad habit, let's say smoking, go figure, the most common one. If I want to change the habit from smoking and not smoke, great, I could do it cold turkey, which some individuals are able to do, and more power to you. But for those that have a difficult time with it, once again, be mindful how that works. You smoke a pack a day, sometimes it might be difficult to just quit completely. Whether it's a pack, to half a pack, to then a cigarette, to then completely stopping and then doing it for 21 days. So everything always takes 21, for me, 28 days. We can do it. What it does is when we form a new habit, healthy-ish, we form a new pathway in our brain. What that means is that at some point when you form a new habit, you completely forget you have that habit because now you don't have to think about doing it. Your body naturally does it. You wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning every single day. At some point, you had to learn it. And it may have been difficult, but maybe today you're not even thinking about it and you just wake up at 6. Your body has naturally gotten used to it. The part of the way you do things in the morning, whether it's get out of bed, stretch, and the first thing that you do is use a bathroom and then put on your coffee maker. That's a habit. That is what works for you. Try to change it. You'll see the difference. So today I am only talking to you about allowing yourself to learn a new habit. You can do it and allow yourself to do it for 21 to 28 days. So that way you get used to it, accustomed to it. And if you feel like you're still not able to do it, repeat it again for another 21 days. Because all you're doing is helping yourself, and you're helping yourself to, in other words, manifest a better version of who you are today. A nice way of, quote unquote, motto for the day. Learning a new habit allows you to manifest a better version of who you are today. You're human, you're a person, you have feelings, and you care. Doesn't matter which way or how. You are beautiful and you are able to do it. I would like to hear about some of those new comments or those new habits and what has worked, what has not worked. Let's talk about it. Until then, be safe.